There definitely is a noticeable difference in a field that has a cover crop planted on it versus a field that is just strictly no-till. There is just something after you plant a small grain or even a cover crop. That soil, you can't even hardly describe it. It just changes the way it feels, the way it looks in your hand, the way it crumbles, the aggregates.
Cover crop helps you to manage your carbon to nitrogen ratio. It can help facilitate decomposition of residues in the fields, their ability to pull up free nutrients from the soil. And by free, I mean those nutrients that are left over after our cash crop harvest, building those aggregates that are water stable so that when it does rain or when we do have disturbances, that soil can more quickly recover from those processes. If there is no cover crop, these leftover nutrients are more likely to be lost or leached into our groundwater. Cover crops are really good for wildlife as well.
When I walk out into one of our fields that had cover crops, there's a few things I notice right away. When you take the shovelful and you dig up that root mass, that soil is it's almost glued to the roots. Not only it's holding the soil in place, it's actually feeding glucose into the soil. And you can see it in your soil structure, your aggregates, your worm counts. And we're starting to see stuff on the top of what are called middens. I call them like the super highway. If the earthworms are kind of channel all their highways, they come up to one spot, and it's about the size of a pencil hole. And they just come up, feed on the cover crop or residue, and they pull it back in the soil. So they're recycling stuff for us. Cover crops really don't have one role. It's kind of like a multitude of many things in place that help protect and heal and grow your soil.
Often our cover crops can be used to manage water. While they're actively growing, they're pulling water up out of the soil profile. When we terminate that cover crop, it's no longer pulling up moisture. Then it serves the purpose of protecting the soil surface and reducing evaporation. By improving infiltration and holding nutrients in place, cover crops help keep excess nitrogen and other contaminants from leaching into groundwater, protecting the drinking water supplies that nearby communities depend on.
When trying to manage cover crops, there's not one cover crop or system in place that's going to be a blanket practice for your whole farm. There's lots of options without spending money up front with a huge capital investment. You can do things small scale at $10 or $20 an acre to have it custom hired out for you.
So just find that farmer that's doing it in your neighborhood. Even that farmer who you used to say, look at that crazy guy trying this out there. Find that farmer and ask him how he's doing this. What tools is he using? How is he terminating it? And I promise you, they're going to share what they're doing because they want to share their successes. They want everyone to have this success. If every field out there, if every watershed could hold 1 more inch of water from a drastic rainfall event, how is that going to reduce flooding on their fields if they farm right next to a river? How is that going to reduce downstream flooding for their neighbors? All of those things start to come into play.
It's important to have living roots year-round if we can to create that ecosystem to provide life to the soil and to our forage and our livestock that we're producing on our farm.